When I first got this case, started looking at it, and I saw these videos, and I saw these pictures, I couldn't imagine what happened. How could this have happened? How did this kid get caught up in this? And I figured out that what I was doing was I was looking at this case through 51-year-old lenses. A 51-year-old brain, 51-year-old eyes, 51-year-old life experiences. But that's not how we can look at this case. I had to look at this case like a 19-year-old college kid at Vanderbilt University. Everyone, before you got on this jury, agreed that our culture shapes our decisions. It's part of our environment. It drives us in what we do. It's all around us every day. And my culture is not the Vanderbilt College culture. It's different. But our culture defines what is acceptable and not acceptable. What might be moral in my culture or immoral in my culture might be very moral and very standard in a college kid culture. What's a culture that we're all involved in daily? The speed of the traffic coming in, if you take the interstate, is generally 55 miles an hour. A lot of times the traffic flow is 60 to 65. I see the sign, it's 55, but I stay in the flow of the traffic at 60 to 65. Is it wrong? Is it against the law? Yeah. But it's the culture that I'm driving in, just driving in on my way to work. So, what is the culture? The culture we see for these kids, it affects them absolutely. It's a different culture than I understand. Words like friends with benefits, words like smashing, words like hooking up.
Any of that's in the record.
Well, this is argument, and it's not evidence. As you well know, it's just argument.
I must be saying the right things because I keep getting objections.
That's a proper statement too, Mark.
It is.
But the culture we see and the culture these kids have and what they do, the language, where they're going, what they do, it's all part of their culture. It's not part of my culture, but that's the way I had to look at this with not the 51-year-old eyes and brains I have. I had to see what they understand and what they're doing. Our culture is shaped by many different things. I talked about this in my opening. It's not only music, country music, rap music, R&B. It shapes our culture. Our kids grow up and they want to be like the people they see on TV. They want to be like the artists that are singing. They want to be like the people on TV. They see shows like Jersey Shore. They see shows like Redneck. It's on CMT. I can't think of the name. They see these shows and they think it's funny. And these shows glorify drinking. They glorify sex. They glorify promiscuous sex. They glorify acting out. They glorify multiple partners, smashing, hooking up. And that's the way the kids want to grow up. So, what was the culture for Corey Beatty? Culture encouraged underage drinking. Drinking in your room, then going to a party, and then going to another party. You stay out late, you get drunk, you have sex. It's not important if you remember it. It actually seems to be funnier or more lighthearted or laughable if you don't remember it. We saw in the video, the surveillance video from Vanderbilt University, we saw signs of the excessive consumption of alcohol, which is exactly what Corey Beatty did that night.